Hello, Gemini. Welcome back to Misfits of the Zodiac. My name is Ace. I'm going to be doing your monthly for the month of August. I'm going to be picking 3 cards from your recent past, 3 cards for your present energy, and 3 for your near future. I will close off the reading by picking 2, I love that card, for you. I'm going to close off the reading by choosing 1 animal spirit oracle and 1 of my wild things oracle to kind of just summate. Ooh, you're getting some banger cards. To summate everything that we are getting into for this reading. One more. Dang. Okay. Looks like, oh, dang. Okay. August is your month, apparently. So I love this for you. This is awesome energy. There's only 1 card in here that's a little on the side, but everything else is looking really great. Okay. So to start off, you have the Sun, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Battle Wagon, which is the Chariot in the normal tarot. So this is your recent past. So the first card is the Sun. This is the happiest card in the deck. Everything working out, just total abundance, joy, all the good vibes, okay? This feels very much like it could be related to work because of your other cards. It could also be, I'm getting, sometimes with the Battle Wagon, I get a little bit of a feeling that it could be car related. Either if this is going to probably be for a very small group of you, but this could be a representation of you've been looking for a car and maybe you got a really good deal on something that's like exactly what you wanted. I just want to throw that out there because that was kind of like the first initial response that I had. But I feel like this could also be work related because of you got the 8 of Pentacles. So you just might be receiving a lot of joy from your work. Either from you receiving some sort of bounty from it, or like you're getting like a raise potentially, and you're just really, really happy about it. Or you just might be doing a good job and feeling really solid where you're at, and really soaking up the sun, as it were. Okay, so this feels like a very positive start to this reading. Like I said, you got some really great cards. The next card that you got is the 8 of Pentacles. So this is you working hard and enjoying your work. Like I said before, this gentleman is creating these pentacles. He's been doing it for a while. You might be finding your stride this month, and that's what's bringing you that abundance and that joy. Maybe you've been feeling like you've been an apprentice for a certain amount of time, and now you're getting to the point where you know what you're doing and you're able to like do things at a faster pace but still keep the quality of what you're creating. Whether this is business related, creative related, entrepreneurial, whatever that is, you're finding your groove, so to speak. Okay, that is like a really great sign to me that you're moving in the right direction too, because you have the Battle Wagon next, which, like I said, is the Chariot card. So this could be very fast-paced motion. In the original tarot, you had 2 horses, and really in this one too, moving in 2 different directions, but this gentleman is able to, even though the energy is moving in opposite directions, he's able to keep them on course. And this tells me that you might be moving really, really quickly. Like I said, like finding your stride, and now you're working really quickly. And even though you're getting information from all these different places, or you're working with other people and it feels like they have a lot of different ideas and it feels kind of all over the place, you're really good at being able to kind of saddle up and jump right in and like reel everything together to keep them on a straightforward path towards abundance, towards greatness, towards achieving goals and making things happen very quickly. So that's great energy to start off this month with. And it's probably just recently happened, or you could be experiencing it right now. But it's either in the recent past or what's happening as you're like the very, very beginning of August when you're probably watching this reading. So your current energy, you have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Five of Cups, and you have the Harvest. This is interesting that you have this mix, because it feels very much like with the Ace of Pentacles, in this particular rendition, they always talk about this being like the months of like January to February-ish. I don't necessarily feel that for this particular reading. I feel like this Ace of Pentacles is probably coming to you midway, maybe in August, where not only are things like getting easier for you, but you're starting to see more money coming in. So this could be that raise that I was talking about, or it could just be that you're getting more bang for your buck, so to speak. So you're doing less work, but receiving either the same amount of pay or more pay from it. And the sheep that you see in the background here is kind of like that extra abundance, extra prosperity. Okay. So this is a great start to something. I feel like this is just the beginning of this positive energy. So that being said, with your next card, the only like leaning negative card that I got in this entire reading is the Five of Cups. Okay. So in this depiction, she's pouring out that one cup. She's forgetting that there's other cups behind her. There's bounty. Okay. There's this little rabbit here, which represents bounty, prosperity, abundance. Okay. Because rabbits mate and they have lots of babies. Okay. So they're very prosperous. They're very abundant animals. Okay. So this is reminding you to not focus too much on stuff that isn't working, because there's a lot of great things that are happening and you might miss out on the good stuff if you're too focused on what's not working. Okay. Because you have some great things coming in. And sometimes our brain likes to do this weird screwed up thing. Sometimes it happens to all of us where things are just now starting to work. And then you're like, well, why couldn't it have worked 5 days ago, 5 weeks ago, 5 years ago? Why is it working now? I've done this the same way every time and it's just never worked. And now all of a sudden it works. Try not to get into that energy. Okay. You're in a really great position right now, and a lot of abundance is coming in, a lot of prosperity is coming in. And that's not just like financially. It could be you have great friends, you have great home life at home, you have all of these great energies that are trying to like come into your field. So try not to get too hung up on what's not working and try to focus more on what is working and the cups that are left standing, not the ones that you're pouring out. Okay. Your last card is also a great card. You have the Harvest. Okay, we're about to go, actually on August 1st, we're going into harvest season if you are a witch. So this is the very, very beginning of harvest season. We have 3 Sabbats after this, and it leads up to Samhain, which is Halloween. And this is when we're harvesting in the fruits of our labor. So all of this work that you've been doing, all of this time that you've been spending getting really good at the thing that you do best, is now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor coming in. And that's why I was saying, like, try to focus on that energy, because you have a lot of it coming in, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. You're seeing the beginning of the fruits coming in. So try to focus on this and not so much the Five of Cups. Okay, this is like some sort of sadness. There could be something that happens in your inner world. I'm not really getting that, where it's just kind of disappointing or makes you sad, or just something that's like not related to any of this, that is just making you feel a little down. That's okay, you know, but try to not get sucked into that energy, because you have a lot of great things coming in. So in your near future, again, great cards, like so great cards. The first cup, or the first cup, the first card that you have is the Three of Cups. The next card that you have is the Knight of Pentacles. And the last card that you have is the Six of Wands. So the Three of Cups is all about celebration. This could be a wedding. This could be you getting together with friends and just having a good time. This could just be you enjoying yourself and finally like feeling like there's something to celebrate. You might have been going through it for a while, but now your ships are coming in and you're feeling like really good about life, and you want to celebrate with the people that you care about. This is your inner circle. These are your friends, okay? So this is the time to celebrate, and this is your near future. So this could happen at the end of August, maybe the beginning of September. But again, a great card. It's one of my favorite cards in the tarot. The next card that you have is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this feels, sometimes this is this person just bringing new energy into something, or the beginning of taking your, but for me personally, in this particular reading, it feels like you taking your pentacle and then reinvesting. So you might be, obviously, do this at your own discretion. This is just a tarot channel. Please, use your own intuition, use your own judgment, your own discernment. But this could be you investing money that you've already made into something, and you're on your draft horse. You're sending it into some sort of institution to help build more wealth for yourself for the future, for the times when maybe you're not receiving so much abundance or prosperity. Okay, so I don't usually get that with this card, but it feels very much like you reinvesting in something. It could just be you reinvesting your time because you have extra time, because you're getting through things a lot faster with this Eight of Pentacles. You are feeling like now you have a little extra time, money, energy. You're reinvesting it into something else that's going to bring back dividends in the future. The reason that I say that is because your last card is the Six of Wands. This is all about celebration of you. You're getting recognition from a job well done. All these people around are celebrating you. You are crossing a finish line. You are experiencing not only like a breakthrough and great things coming in, but you're also receiving people's recognition of all the hard work that you've done. You could have been doing this, like I said, with the Eight of Pentacles for a really long time and no one noticed. And now all of a sudden you did something great at work, or something great in your career, or something great like personally. Maybe you've been working out and all of a sudden people are starting to notice, and now they want to recognize you. And that's what I was saying. The feeling that I got from this Five of Pentacles before, or Five of Cups, I should say, is that you're kind of like, that feeling when you've been working really, really hard on something for a really long time and no one seems to notice. The time when you need it the most for like someone outside of yourself to realize all this blood, sweat, and tears you're putting into something and no one notices. And then all of a sudden you have this breakthrough and like things are going great. And that's when everybody's like, hooray, you know what I mean? It feels great, but at the same time, there's like that inner struggle of like, why didn't you ever notice this before? You know what I mean? I know that all too well. Okay, I've been doing music for a really long time, and I feel like just recently people are starting to notice and like realize that what I'm putting out into the world is actually like worth listening to. But it sometimes takes a really long time, and it can be a little frustrating. But like, again, trying not to get into that Five of Cups feeling of like, oh, why didn't it work however long ago? It's working now. You're being recognized now. So take it in, enjoy it, because it doesn't always last. So enjoy it while it's here, okay? Celebrate it while it's here with the Three of Cups, okay? That's the vibe that I'm getting for you for this month. So let's wrap it up with an animal spirit, and then we'll do a Wild Things card. Like I said, this is a great reading. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. I would love to get a subscribe from you and have you come back as a misfit. Or just a little comment. Let me know that you enjoyed it or that it resonated with you. I would love to hear from you. Ooh, we got the hawk. Heck yeah. It's very focused energy. Again, it feels like you're going from the apprentice to someone who is very, I don't know, super confident about what they're doing. And everything is starting to work for you. I felt one flipping. Conjure the magic. Ooh, that's such a cool card. More bunny energy. You're getting a lot of rabbit energy. I'm wondering if I should... I might we might look at rabbit energy as well. I mean, I pretty much talked about it, but I might read from rabbit as well. So you got the hawk. Yeah, normally I don't do that, but I'm feeling kind of called to do that today, so we might do that, even though that didn't come out. The hawk. Okay. Watchful, all-seeing, and messenger of divinity. The sharp eye of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eye on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and it's sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. When in balance, sees clarity and intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much and suspicious. But you got it in the upright, so I would say it's more sees clearly, intuitive. To bring into balance, a perspective shift. Again, I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like it's more in the upright, because you got it in the upright too. But it feels like as a result of you having been doing this for a really long time, not only can you get like really zoned in and see exactly what's working and what's not working and make adjustments in the moment, you also can zoom way out and see the bigger picture, which is really important in anything that you do. Some people get too stuck in the really close and they miss the bigger picture, or they get too in the big picture and they don't see the tiny details of what's not working. You are in the pocket right now. So that's what I feel with the hawk card. I might even say that that's your title, is you're in the pocket. It seems like that joy and abundance is on its way to you. Conjure the magic. Okay, so number 18. Conjure the magic. All right. Magic is real. I don't mean hocus pocus, sleight of hand trickery. More like abracadabra, an Aramaic word meaning I create as I speak. This is the time for believing. Draw close to wonder, embrace possibilities, and stand firm in your own vision. Again, with the hawk, the vision. Okay. Stand firm in your own vision. Your dreams ache for the way into the world. You are their magic carpet, delivering them from the ethers into reality. Let yourself be their ally by holding on to the truth behind all manifestation. Seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. You got to believe in the magic before it appears. It feels like you're creating magic this month. Things are working for you. Again, because you've been working so hard for so long, you're just getting very clear on things. You're seeing things from the, bird's eye perspective, literally, and you're making magic happen. I am going to go ahead and read the rabbit as well. I think it's also earth energy, just to see if there's anything, because I felt called to do so. Let's see. Rabbit. Okay, so afraid of everything, overwhelmed, or frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop, that's weird, you get the hawk, will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it, so loudly in fact that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, O rabbit. They shape your destiny. When in balance, sensitive, problem solver, good listener. I think that's more the vibe. When out of balance, over-explains, talks fast. To bring into balance, a day of silence. The only thing that I saw, maybe if it's out of balance, is because you're getting really good at what you're doing, making sure that you're not forgetting the inner novice in everybody, and that people that are just starting out, if you are mentoring them or you're helping them in some way, remembering that if they're brand new to this, they don't have as much time into it invested that you do. So you might need to, I don't like the term dumb it down, but remember who you're speaking with if you are in a leadership position. But I think this is more about you're creating magic because you have a focus, and trying to not get, again, caught up in this energy of the Five of Cups where because maybe it didn't work before, you're like looking for the other shoe to drop, because things are finally working as a result of you having done this for so long. Okay, so definitely take time to enjoy that. That is what I have for you. I hope that this helped. I feel like this is going to be a really, really, really great month for you. Let me know again in the comments if this resonated, and maybe subscribe and come back as a misfit. And I will see you next month for your monthly reading. See you later. Bye.